guys, how's it going? Hope everyone's doing well during these difficult times. So this is one of the first videos that I've made in about probably a year. So I guess the point of this video is to actually do some training. So tomorrow morning on the 13th of April 2021, I'll be going to the gym for the first time in probably over 6 months. And so basically since then I've been a couch potato, not really doing a great deal of activity. So I guess the point of this little series that I'm going to be making would be actually showing that, you know, you can actually get back to your old strength levels if you're actually persistent with it, with your training. And then I guess the second thing is actually just to show actually some of the pain and difficulty of actually going from being physically inactive for so long to actually being slightly more physically fit and a bit less fat. So currently weighing about 83 kilos, heaviest I've ever been, and also I'm not really expecting much in terms of actually overall strength levels, squat, bench, deadlift. So anyway, I'll see you in the next one. Go. So here we are in the gym. Let's hustle. So first session back, we're starting off with some pull-ups just to kind of get the body warmed up. Admittedly, I have been doing pull-ups during my time in lockdown, so we've been using rings to do pull-ups, which is actually pretty good. So now we've got some barbell squats. I'm actually putting a tempo onto this because first session back, I don't really know what I'm doing or sort of how I'm moving, so I'm just trying to feel everything out. Really just trying to take my time out, just build time under tension and just figure out the depth. You know, really just kind of work on that mobility a little bit as well, and just trying to understand, okay, how deep can I go? How deep is deep? And what's comfortable for me? So, you know, these sets of squats here, they're feeling pretty good. I was feeling pretty comfortable as well. So, okay, warmed up a bit better. Shoulders are a bit tight. Now we have 60 kilos on the bar. Let's see how we crack on. I must say it's pretty humbling to have only 60 kilos on the bar. My best is around 147 or 150 kilos. So to start again from square one, this is pretty demoralizing, but hey, I mean, you really got to start somewhere. And yeah, it's not a bad start, I must say. Yep. I feel pretty heavy on my back, but it moves pretty easily. It's all good. So this is my third set, I believe, and if I'm not mistaken, it actually felt okay. I mean, as we go on with the sets, it felt more and more comfortable, which is actually quite a good thing, I suppose. You know, looking at it as well, with depth's great. You know, like, I'm a bit unsure about what the hell I'm doing with my head position. The way I'm holding it on my shoulders, it feels pretty comfortable as well. And even on this last set here, it felt really easy. It was just sort of, you know, everything loosening up more and more and more, and it just felt perfect really as we went on. So yeah, I mean, I haven't really got too much to comment about this one, and yeah, it just felt pretty solid and nice. So here we've got some bench press, also superset with some rows, you know, nothing too heavy. This actually, it's 40 kilos here, felt pretty light. I was pretty happy with it. And, you know, moving on to the rows itself, it was actually pretty solid. You know, but I'll just bang out the sets at once because I thought, you know what, don't want to waste too much time and just, you know, get all the training out. Nice and freaking easy. So this is day 2. So just we're working through a few sets of tempo squats. Really just going through really slow at the bottom, and you know, as you're just going through it, feeling out all these little things, feeling all the muscles. And to be honest, I was feeling it quite a lot in my the left side, particularly the glutes and hamstring. So I think that's pretty good in terms of stabilization. We've got some deadlifts here. I'm kind of working on a bit of a tempo. I think this is my second set. I ended up throwing it out on the last set, but in general, I feel pretty happy that I can actually, pull 100 without too much effort. And, as we can kind of see here as well, we're just kind of just pulling it up like it's nothing. It's very, very fast. And yeah, it's good. I'm really surprised how far we can come. And now we've got some overhead press. By far my weakest lift and least impressive lift. Gives me something to work towards, I suppose. And yeah, it's decent, I must say. But yeah, we're just working on building some volume. And obviously I supersetted this with dumbbell kettlebell snatches just to get a little bit of extra volume in, work the shoulder a little bit more, and actually work the cardio a bit more as well. Because obviously, we can always do with a little bit of extra cardio. So that is that. So now that we move on to day 3 here, something actually weird happened that I didn't actually notice with these squats. So as I racked the weight, it actually became kind of lopsided. We're doing sets of 8 here. I mean, the actual movement itself looks fine. It doesn't necessarily look like I'm favouring my left side as opposed to my right side. I'm not sure what it is exactly. I have a hunch that maybe it's my left lat or shoulder blade that's just not really engaging properly to tighten up. So even we see here, this one's actually looking much worse in terms of lopsidedness, but technique wise it's moving fine. It feels fine, it feels fairly strong as a squat. So I haven't really got too much to comment there, but we'll see how that sort of progresses as we go on in the weeks. I should be able to fix that quite easily. Yeah, so I think that's just my couch potato in this as we go. And we've just got a little bit of feet up bench, so with 40. So did some 8s with that. It felt pretty solid. The last one we have there is some rows. Actually, it was just pretty basic, felt good as it is, usual movement, and just sort of reflecting and summarizing on the week of training. I mean, I don't think it's been too bad in my first week back. To be honest, I mean, I've been sitting on my bum for quite some time. So, there's certain things that do feel a little bit tight. There are, things that are going to be loosening up and things niggling at me, like my left hip, my knee, even my shoulders just being a little bit tight. But, I'm just going to have to work out the mobility as we go. And I think as the weeks go by and we're actively working on that mobility, that will get better and better. And yeah, we'll just have to make sure that I don't hurt myself in any way whatsoever. And I'm obviously doing this in a slow and steady state. So we'll see how the numbers get on from week 1 over to week number 12. And that's it, guys. See you later.